Hi, I'm Karen Fraser, State Senator from the 22nd Legislative District, the state capital area, Olympia, Lacey, Tumwater, Northern Thurston County, the most wonderful district in the state. And we are now finishing the second week of the legislative session for 2015. This is what's called the long session, the biennial session, where we do the state's biennial two-year budgets, the operating budget, the capital budget, and the transportation budget. And it's these budgets that are going to dominate our conversations and decision-making this session. The Senate is moving along pretty much normally for the first couple weeks of the session. We're mostly organized. We have one committee left to appoint, which is our Senate Rules Committee. And the committees are holding hearings, people are introducing bills, people are studying the issues, and I encourage you to watch TVW archives for committees and subjects that you're interested in. It's a fabulous resource, so you don't have to watch right at the time or take the time to come up here. So I'm on several committees this session. The biggest committee I'm on is the Senate Ways and Means Committee. And there we work on the operating budget, which is the big, huge, multi-billion-dollar budget for operations of state government, including universities, and a lot of pass-through money to local school districts, and some pass-through money to local governments. And we also do the capital budget, which is a lot of buildings and grounds and lands and special environmental and natural resources accounts. And we do not do the transportation budget. That's a separate committee, but transportation is such a big issue in the transportation committee that I take an active interest in what's going on with that. We are all suffering from excessive congestion around here, and I think there's a heartfelt need for improved mass transportation, especially to the north. For people in our area, so I'll be working on those. I'm on the Senate Rules Committee once we finish appointing that. That is the committee that decides whether bills that have come out of policy committees or fiscal committees will actually go before the full Senate for consideration. So that committee gets busy a little later in the session. And then I'm also on the brand new committee in the Senate. It's called Accountability and Reform. It only meets once a week, but it's dealing with important issues about how to improve how state government works and hopefully pat people on the back when state government works really well, which it generally does. Then finally, I'm on the Administrative Committee of the Senate. It's called the Facilities and Operations Committee. That's a bipartisan committee that oversees the budget of the Senate, makes sure we stay within budget, just as all agencies need to. The biggest sort of new thing we're talking about on the Facilities and Operations Committee is how to take advantage of technology to do more sort of remote testimony to the legislature. We all feel kind of badly that some people drive hours or a whole day to get here and they only have 2 or 3 minutes to talk. So the idea here is to slowly try to find some ways that people don't have to drive all the way across the state to talk to us for a couple minutes. So we might be looking at other methods in addition to video testimony from other parts of the state. And we already have a lot of experience with Skype, with telephone, remote testimony, and so forth. But we're trying to make the legislative process more accessible, and so this is one new step. Anyway, I'm busy working on our priorities and statewide priorities, and I very much welcome your input. I've had a lot of people make appointments. I learn from everybody. We get a lot of email, we get a lot of phone calls, and I want you to know I welcome all of the input. I'm not a mind reader, and I love staying in touch, so please do.